Hello everyone, welcome back to our magical life. Today we will be seeing part 8 of this workshop. The topic name is Awakening the Heart. And this is based on Dr. Joe Dispenza's online course, The Formula. Let us have a short review on the stress, brain incoherence, disconnection from the field. When we undergo stress, the stress hormones convert the vital life energy from the surrounding field, means the electromagnetic field around us, which is also called as the aura, into survival chemistry. When this happens, the energy field around the body or the aura around the body shrinks. Hence, we feel more like the matter, less like the energy. We feel separate from the field or the quantum field or the universe, means we lose the oneness. The stress pushes our brain into high beta brain waves. It must be useful for short time, but it is destructive when it becomes chronic or when it persists for a long time. This creates constant shifting of our attention between our body, between the environment, between the time, and this causes the brain to become fragmented and incoherent. And when we continue to be in the stress, the incoherent brain, due to that stress, becomes the default state. And this is the case for many people. We also discussed earlier about the narrow focus versus the open focus. When we are under stress, the stress heightens our the sense organs, and hence we become materialists. What is the material mindset? The mindset where we feel that if I can't see it, or if I can't feel it, or if I can't smell it, or if I can't touch it, it doesn't exist. With this mindset, the creation becomes impossible in the survival mode because creation requires safety, openness, and coherence. The key question you have to ask yourself is that how much of your day is focused on matter, or how much on energy and infinite possibilities. And according to the classical physics or the Newtonian physics, behavior of electrons was considered predictable and linear. But the quantum physics says that electrons becomes unpredictably, or the electron behaves unpredictably. They exist as waves of possibilities. And when we observe the electrons, the waveform collapses into particle. And when it is not observed, the electrons returns to the energy and possibility. So in conclusion, it was understood that mind can affect the matter, and the observer and observed are inseparable. And Dr. Joe's conclusion is that we are unable to change the reality because we are poor observers, and we normally try to create from matter instead of from the field. Then he is discussing about broadening our focus or opening our focus in order to enter the quantum field. He says that broadening our focus and sensing nothing but the space connects us to the unified field or the quantum field. And this suppresses our analytical mind and brings the nervous system in order and moves you beyond the conscious mind. And true transformation happens beyond your analytical mind. People who attended his workshops, even first-time meditators, could reach this state. In this, the goal is to become nobody, no thing, no time, no identity, and remains as pure awareness in the unknown. So, When you divert your attention from your body, the people you know, the objects around you, or the place where you are, or the time, this creates the state or the same effect as the quantum experiment. When your attention is removed, reality returns to possibility. So, what he says is that when you are no longer thinking about all of these elements, like your body, your environment, the time, just like in the quantum physics experiment, when they took their attention off the electron and it turned back into the possibility. Similarly, when you disconnect from everything known in your world, in your life is going to turn into possibility. So the space or the blackness or the vacuum is the unknown or the quantum field. And in the meditation, at certain times, he is asking us to become the blackness, become the vacuum. So with that, what he is asking us is that to forget what we are, the body, and we can't do that if we are our body. We can only do that as consciousness. And when we become nobody, no one, no thing, no nowhere, or no time, that is the moment we become pure consciousness. And creation begins here. This is the moment you walk through the door to the quantum field or the pure consciousness or the universe energy. And to the quantum field, you can't take anything physical or material with you. You can only go as pure consciousness there. That is the first process of creating the type of brain coherence. Next, he is discussing about the stress and the heart. When we are under stress, our heartbeat increases and it starts to beat incoherently, and the energy moves out of the heart into the survival centers. The result, closing of the heart. Actually, this results in the closing of the heart center, and this causes loss of trust, love, and care. And this makes the people selfish and fearful. And most of the people live their way, 70% of their time, they live in this way. An incoherent heart has no resilience or no energy for creation. The heart represents the creative center, isn't it? It represents as the union of opposites or as the wholeness or as the gateway to the divine. Many people feel fearful opening the heart because they fear about their past emotional wounds. But we need to understand, what we need to understand is that creation cannot happen when our heart center is closed. Without opening our heart center, we cannot create something new. And where your attention goes, energy flows. So in the meditation, Dr. Joe is asking us to place our attention directly on the heart center. And the heart coherence is achieved by elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy, and through regulated breathing. Once energy reaches the heart beats rhythmically and the coherence is restored. The heart coherence sends energy back to the brain, and this shifts the brain waves from the beta to alpha. Alpha state of brain. It is the creative or receptive or future oriented state. A coherent heart also acts as an amplifier. It supplies the energy to the brain. When heart starts beating coherently, it emits large magnetic field. Sorry. When heart starts beating coherently, it emits large magnetic field, approximately 3 meter wide around us. At this point, we are more wave than particle. We are more energy than matter. And now we start feeling connected to the people, to the places, to all of the life. And our thoughts equal to the electric charge in the quantum field. And the feelings and our feelings is the magnetic charge in the quantum field. So when we have a coherent brain and a coherent heart, it is equivalent to, it is as powerful as we are having a Wi-Fi signal. So the elevated emotion can carry any of your desires, such as your health intentions or your wealth intentions or your new life intentions, anything it can carry to the quantum field. But the survival emotions like fear, tension, resentment, anger, jealousy, etc., cannot carry elevated intentions or your desires or your wishes to the quantum field. Your frequency determines what kind of thought you can hold. This has to be carefully understood. Your elevated emotions can carry any of your desires or any of your intention of or any of your wishes to the quantum field, such as health intentions, any of your health intentions, any of your wealth intentions, or any of your new life intentions. Okay. But the survival emotions like fear, tension, resentment, anger, jealous, etc., cannot carry the your any of your elevated intentions or your desires or your wishes. So your frequency determines what kind of thought you can hold. Then Dr. Joe Dispenza is explaining about broadcasting a new electromagnetic signature. Once your heart and brain are coherent, you start broadcasting a new signal into the field, quantum field. This signal is your experiment with the destiny. Many research confirm that people can sustain their heart coherence for a long period. And the sustained coherence means you are synchronized with your future and you are not reliving your past. So, for manifestation to appear in reality in your life, first your energy must match with that of the future. So, after the meditation, the moment you return to your old emotions, if you are returning to your old emotions like judgment, criticism, anger, jealousy, etc., then you immediately get disconnected from the energy of your future, isn't it? And you get reconnected to the energy of your past. So the core principle here is that no one change until they change their energy. And when energy changes, your life also changes. So here, Dr. Joe Dispenza is also talking about living in heart coherence all the day. So the real mastery is to maintain the heart coherence with eyes open. Not only in the meditation, with eyes open also, independent of the external circumstance or the your body cravings or the time, etc. So this is possible when you are always in the gratitude emotion, isn't it? So that is why the gratitude practices are so powerful. When you are able to sustain this heart coherence, synchronicities appear. Life reflects alignment, but the incoherence leads to forcing the outcomes or the controlling the outcomes or the manipulation, or you become separated from the field when you are in heart incoherence. So This is the chapter. This is the part 8 of the workshop. Here ends the part 8 of the workshop. So what next is that in the next part of the workshop, we will focus on how to practice the heart coherence and synchronizing our energy with the future possibilities. So the full formula is opening the focus, means connecting to the quantum field. Then brain coherence means the clear intention, setting the clear intention. Then the heart coherence means the energy to attract our desired outcome. Then finally, the unified signal, which creates our destiny. So thank you guys. Here ends the part 8 of our workshop.